Hello my friends, welcome to another watercolor tutorial. We are painting an abstract landscape. Surprise, surprise. I have been loving these lately. I will even go as far as to say that this has kind of become the theme of my channel. But don't worry, I'll still have a variety of tutorials. But this is inspired by Amber Lane art. It's just a very simple, I wouldn't even call it an abstract painting because it's pretty obvious as to what it is, but I'm going to try and abstractify it. So I'm going to start with the sky. I'm going to take blue. I have my piece of paper in landscape position, and I'm going to paint about half of my piece of paper with this blue. Now somebody asked me when this video is released, it'll be 4 months later, but someone just asked me in real time if I only paint like these tiny paintings, and lately, yes. And that is for a couple of reasons. One, it saves me paper, so I don't have to buy as much. But the main reason is that I can more reliably produce content for you guys if I'm painting on a smaller scale. It's just like, it's pretty black and white. If I have a smaller surface to paint on, I'm going to paint it faster, and therefore I can get more content out. If I was painting on a regular size piece of paper, it would take me like in the time that I filmed 2 or 3 tutorials, I would only film 1. So that is why the main reason I paint on such a small scale. So I just joined to my blue sky a green like pasture. Pretty simple and self-explanatory. What I do want to do is, before my blue dries here, is go in and pick up some of the watercolor to make clouds. And I'm taking toilet paper here. I like this trick because it makes really realistic fluffy clouds depending on obviously how hard you press down and the shape of your little wad, so you can change it up. But yeah, I'm just doing that. And in order to make those stand out a lot more, I'm going to take some more blue and just pop it kind of around. And that'll spread out, hopefully, and look a little bit more natural than it currently does. But you can always go in and do some touch-ups with your toilet paper until you're happy with how your clouds appear. But I'm spending way too much time on that. That really does not matter. So what I wanted to do before the bottom dried is add black in the corners primarily. But you can either even just take a darker green, like that'll work as well, mixed with black, or it's up to you. What I would have done differently is not covered this entire thing with green. I would have left some parts white to truly make it look abstract. Just taking my new favorite brush and just adding horizontal brush strokes in place of leaving those white gaps. I really regret not leaving white spaces, so I'm just going to try and pick some pigment up with my paintbrush to try, but that's actually kind of useless. It's not gonna achieve what I wanted, so it is what it is. So while that is all still wet, hopefully, I think mine has dried, unfortunately, but I want to take like green, mix it with like a grayish blue, and we're gonna paint our mountains just on the horizon area here. So you can paint your mountains however you like. I'm just going for like this patchy look because then it looks like there's snow on the mountains, which I really like. I like that look. It was still kind of wet here, so I couldn't really do the same thing on this side, but that's okay. It is the abstract look. It's part of the abstract look, at least. And my super darkness over here in the corners has completely faded, so I have to redo that. So I'm also kind of racing against the clock. And I'm gonna have, yeah, so I forgot that I have to bathe my daughter today. And I film in, like, my tripod is quite honestly in the bathtub. So I set this whole setup up thinking that I was gonna be able to paint my weekly ration of tutorials, and I have forgotten that I have to bathe my daughter, so I'm trying to film. There's no way I'm gonna finish all the tutorials I wanted to do before it's her bedtime, so c'est la vie. I'm just going with the flow here. This was improvised because my paint had already kind of soaked in this way. So I'm just turning those into trees. Man, my corners keep fading out. I do want to pop a little bit of color here, like floral colors. So I'm going to take a bit of pink. I have like this neon set in my palette, so I just tapped that onto there. I might do orange as well. I have a neon orange. That is so vibrant, I love it. It's like barely visible, but I like that little speck of color. What else? I do want to have like these grassy things coming from the corners, but I want that to kind of dry first before I do anything there. That is regretful a little bit. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but I'll just go in the horizon line here and add some trees, some evergreens growing. And good. Okay, that's still wet, which is what I was hoping for, because I want this black to fade a little bit into this mountain. Because I also want to paint some trees on this side, but I don't want them to be as prominent as these ones. So that worked out. I don't like, however, how this looks. So let me just blend that together a little bit. Blend it. I really hope it doesn't cauliflower. So kind of delaying here because I'm waiting for this to dry mostly so I can do some grassy patches here. I don't, unlike most of my abstract tutorials, I don't really have like a one thing that's going to be very detailed in this painting, unfortunately. I'm going to just switch to a liner brush. Because I want to paint those grassy bits, but it's still too wet because it's doing this bleeding thing here. I'm gonna put a blow dryer to this and we'll come back. Actually, before I put a blow dryer to this, I just want to add some pine tree accents on this side, and why not do it here too? All right, let's let this dry. So this isn't fully dry, but it's dry enough that I'm happy with it. I want to add those grassy strands that I was talking about, just coming from the corners mostly. It's kind of a delicate balance with how much water versus pigment that you want on your brush to get like these beautiful hairline thin strokes. And it also obviously depends on your paintbrush, because if you have a paintbrush that is not thin enough, then it's going to be hard for you to achieve hairline thick strands. And it also depends on how hard you're pressing. Like, this is definitely something you need to practice regardless of what brush you have. I like this back and forth motion. For some reason, to me, that is what makes it look very abstract. It's like a very effortless look. Just don't press too hard, because then your details will be too thick and it won't look that great. Something is missing here. Can't really quite figure out what is missing. I'm adding these like thicker parts onto some of the strands for those cattails, I think they're called. that grow by the water. Oh, maybe that's what I can do. I can paint like one really large one coming out. Maybe another one on the other side. Maybe an even bigger one. I don't know, I'm just improvising as I go. That really thick one there kind of ruined it for me. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. No, there's something missing. I don't want to leave it at that. There's something not right about this, and I can't figure out what it is. I'm gonna take maybe green and just like splatter it on there. Hope for the best. No, that doesn't work for me. What is it, guys? What is missing here? I don't know what I'm doing. Ruining this painting, that's what I'm doing. Do those look intentional? Not really. Ooh, you know what I'm gonna do? This has worked for me in the past. I take my silver, because I have like these metallic, I already said that in this video, but I have these metallic watercolors, and sometimes I can add, like I'll add metallic green to it, and it, hold on, this is not working out for me. In the past, when I added like a metallic color, it really helped elevate the painting a little bit. Maybe not for this one, or maybe I'm just using the wrong metallic green. No, going back to the other one. That helped a little bit, but I think I'm just gonna stop there before I do something I really don't like. There's something missing here. I can't figure out what it is, but maybe you guys can add it to your painting and then let me know in the comments what else you would add. No, I don't like it. I peeled off the tape, and that usually signals the end, but this is missing something, and it's eating me up so much. I think it's like the fact that we're missing those white gaps that I was talking about earlier. I'm gonna take some silver. No. It's also really hard to concentrate because I can hear my baby like half crying in the background. It's kind of driving me bonkers. See, my husband has no issues listening to that, but it really annoys me. So I always have to like address why she's making that sound, and yeah, and then she obviously stops making that sound, but my husband just kind of like lays there with her. And I don't know how it doesn't drive him crazy. I'm going back now and adding silver to the foreground. See, and now she's laughing. So I don't have an answer. This is too much here, so I'm going to fix that by taking black, painting over it. Okay. I'm going to leave that there. It is what it is. But I just can't do it. Every time I look at it, I'm like, this is so bland looking. What can I do to fix this or add something? It's driving me totally crazy. And you guys are probably annoyed at this point that I won't just give it up. So I'm taking some yellow now and adding that to the foreground as flowers or whatnot. And then maybe I'll take some of that magenta color and add that. Just to add something concrete, some sort of color to this foreground. Okay. Am I gonna stop? Am I actually gonna stop this time? Yes, I am. Thank you for watching. Please let me know what you would have done differently, because I'm just dying to know. I think I know what it is. I'm so sorry. You guys, I know what it is. It's the mountains. The mountains are incomplete. They are monotoned. They don't have any three-dimensional quality to them. That is what it is. Okay, I think I made it look worse. Let me take some white to wash away my pain. What did I do? Okay. I really just kind of ruined it now. I'm trying too hard. Know when to stop. Know when to stop. And yet I keep going. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. No, I'm not. Okay, yes I am. I'm stopping, but when this dries, I'm probably not gonna stop and I'm probably gonna keep painting. So the thumbnail might look a little bit different than this, but I am stopping. Sorry for that. Please let me know what you would have done differently in the comments. Don't forget to hit like out of pity and subscribe to make me feel better, and I will see you in the next tutorial.